Hello everybody, welcome to episode 4, Strategic Analysis. Today we are going to try to rescue Mox. This one is basically set up to be a stealth mission. You've got only 3 guys, and as you'll see at the end, there's quite a few enemies available. I don't know that, I guess you could try to go in just guns blazing, just bring all grenadiers and just mow everything down, but you're definitely outnumbered in this particular mission. So this one is set up to be a stealth mission. In fact, one of the mission things is everybody gets a charge of conceal they could use. So you got 4 guys sitting right over there, 2 guys, 2 turrets. So it's kind of like, maybe don't want to go in through that door. But in the meantime, I decided I was going to go stealth on this. I brought a sharpshooter, brought a technical, brought a ranger. So at this point, I'm trying to move my guys up to places where I can maybe get some sight, not get too close. Don't want to sit there and change that security level from 1 to 10. Definitely trying to go stealth, because considering right there you're already outnumbered 2 and 2, which makes 4 to your 3, and since I didn't bring anybody with heavy explosive capabilities, nor do I have shred, available on this mission, because those turrets can probably have armor on them. So it's definitely not something I want to do if I don't have to. So in this one, seeing as everybody's kind of on this side of the building, I've looked into, I think I'll probably take my guys, kind of go the long way around the back, just to see what I can see, and we'll go from there. So in this case, see, those turrets have 3 armor on them. That's a lot to have to deal with, because at that point you have to get 4 points of damage to even do 1 point of damage to the thing. So at this point in the game, given that I don't have any specialty weapons, that I don't have any specialty armor, I'd rather not deal with the turrets. But that's just me personally. So again, keeping my sharpshooter high to, in the event I do have to shoot, get that plus 40 to aim bonus from the high ground. Also, keeping him back farther, trying not to be seen any sooner than absolutely necessary. So this one is actually going to be a pretty quick mission as we go to rescue Mox. He's being held here. We got to go get him. I probably could have done this faster, but I was being extra cautious. Again, as you're pretty clearly outnumbered. Didn't want to try to get engaged any sooner than absolutely necessary. And I think I did a good job on that in this particular mission. Here, again, trying to figure out where do I want him. Problem is, if I'd have stuck him behind the tree, then he's kind of blocked by that tower there. So it's like, let's just go ahead and pop him down here. He's got a good line of sight on lots of things. Should still be far enough back to not activate anything. It's kind of like, I should go get this guy a little bit further forward based on the fact that got 2 just not that far from him. And here, I'm looking for a doorway, trying to figure out, is there any possible place that I can get into this thing? Because unfortunately, until you actually remove that fog of war, you're not real sure where your various entrances are. We know there's obviously one off to the right, but at that point, you're a lot closer to those 5 that are standing guard. So I'd prefer not to kind of go in from that side of the building if possible. So, I'm constantly looking for a doorway here, constantly trying to not move up too far too fast. Don't know if there's any turrets up there on one of the corners of the building. So here, again, bringing my sharpshooter a little bit wider, just to kind of get a little bit longer look down the side of the building. Still not seeing anything, which is good. Because I know where Mox is. He's kind of in the back left corner of the building, so just kind of working my way toward him, looking for a good possible entryway. And yeah, again, this one, I probably moved slower than I had to. Here, again, looking for the door. But, it's a matter of, I just really did not want to break concealment any sooner than necessary. So, not sure if I went up, is there some place to hop in? So I just spotted that door around the backside, so I'm like, okay, let's start bringing people up to the side here. Very concerned at this point in the gameplay of, okay, am I going to get up to the corner of the building and basically have a group of 3 or 4 guys just standing there? Because that's the thing, I don't know how many are on the ground at this point. I know we've got the 2 guards, the 2 turrets, and I don't know, is that all that's here, or is there another group walking around somewhere? You'd like to think it's lightly defended, but then again, it's also a place where they have prisoners, so wouldn't expect it to be so. Yeah, so again, no doorways to find, so trying to find a good spot, try to keep my high cover where possible. Fortunately, in this map, there's plenty of places to get in the high cover, just in case I do have someone walk around the corner and spot us. At least I've got that extra, 20 or 40 defense. And so here, still constantly looking for possible other entryways. Not a lot to find that's not going to be loud, because anywhere else we go is probably going to go through a window or a glass piece of ceiling, skylight. Here, very concerned that when I turn this corner, there's going to be a couple guys standing there talking about the latest Advent burger they had or something. So, again, trying to just be cautious. Keep that security level at 1. Because once you break the concealment, then all of a sudden they just start dropping from the skies. And yeah, definitely trying to keep the sharpshooter kind of wide, give him a good field of fire, also let him see what he can see. Because unfortunately, that sniper rifle at very short range actually has an aim penalty. Yeah, so here I'm I'm playing like I'm scared of the corner. That's what's going on here. So go ahead and make the move. Yeah, keep finding more prisoners. But at this point I can see, okay, kind of see around the corner. No, there's nobody standing just right there. Go and move up a little more. Get a little more field of vision. At that point, I feel comfortable going and bringing my guy up much further, but yet no point in putting him all the way over out in the open. So it looks like all of these sound cues are probably from the guys on the other side of the building there with the turrets, which is great for me. Certainly preferable to the alternative. So just trying to figure out where I can move him that makes sense. Obviously can't get him too close because that's not useful. Sitting there trying to figure out, okay, should I move him all the way up there, move him all the way out there? Again, always trying to keep him with some extra distance to avoid any kind of an aim penalty for the rifle. Because obviously I'd rather be shooting the rifle than the pistol just for the extra damage bonus. 2 to 3 versus, I think, 4 to 5. So, that's a pretty wide swing, especially when you're dealing with enemies that can have 6, 7 hit points. Not exactly the the way to go if you're trying to gunsling them all with your pistol all the time. So here I'm trying to figure out, okay, where can I get in order to be able to hack that thing?
He's probably just overwatched this turn. Let's see what we can see.
That really is the question at this point. So yeah, it seems like it's still those guys off that way, based on where the sound cues are coming from. So that's kind of an issue. Here, I don't know for sure there's nobody else in the building. So I've got to be kind of cautious, and plus now I've got windows that maybe they can see me through. Another area of concern. Would prefer to not just walk by an open window and say, hey, there's a guy in there. So it's definitely not the preference. In this case, it probably would have been wise to, sticking him there is fine. Because I was thinking initially that I might have been able to do the hack and not blow the security level, and then be able to have a guy there, open up the door, go grab Mox, and be able to run. Not really the case, as I'm going to find out. Sorry for the spoilers. But also at this point deciding, okay, maybe the guy who can do the hack, as his weapon is just more standard damage. Yeah, see, those guys have just kind of stayed there the whole time, which is good to know. His weapon just kind of does a standard damage, whereas my shotgun wielding ranger there could probably do a little more damage on something just in case we need it. So again, here I like how my sharpshooter's got good vision off to the left, good vision down the building length here. So I feel he's in a pretty solid spot. Go ahead and put him on Overwatch. So at this point, yep, I know those guys are right out there. But at some point you just got to go for it. In this case, you were guaranteed to unlock it. It's just a matter of, do you take the risk for the higher? In this case, it's only 2% more risk, and plus it delays the dark event by 2 weeks. I don't see any way I can possibly not go for the extra. I think that just makes a lot of sense. And so, unfortunately had plenty of hack skill there, no problem. But, again, contrary to what I was thinking of, okay, I can just go ahead and hack the thing, be done. But instead, doing that, security level 10. All hell breaks loose at this point. Obviously you're only going to be able to stealth this thing for so long. Those two guys in the turrets are like, oh my god, there's something going on. But, so now it's like, okay, what's the best way to get all the way back over there to my evac point? Again, you got basically the one entrance on each end. So it's a matter of, do I want to have to run all the way around, or do I come back around the way I came in the first place? I opted to run back around the way I came in the first place, mostly because of the guys over off to the left, between the two guys and two turrets. Didn't know somebody would be able to spot me on my way trying to head back out the front door. So I felt probably made the most sense to come out the back. In this case, probably should have moved this guy off to the left one so he's not standing in front of the door. Just because he's not seeable at this point doesn't mean that he couldn't still have been shot. So that was probably not the safest way to move. Definitely wanted to bring him back, put him on Overwatch in case somebody came around the corner. Yeah, the security level's only 2, but yeah, they're going to keep coming. So we know reinforcements are inbound. At this point, I've got 2 options. I can either grab the guy and make a complete dead run for it, or I can try to set up for ambushes every time something lands, hope to kill them off. But at this point, I'm down to 2 guys now that can shoot. So for me, I felt, just run. I absolutely love the fact that the gremlin decided, I'm going to go out the skylight. Just a bunch of extra fun right there. So, but at least we're around the corner from that reinforcement point. And I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and start getting people moving. Get on the go. And really, I probably could have finished this mission without even taking a shot, which is actually probably a wise way to do the Mox rescue mission. Obviously, in this case, I'm kind of concerned maybe some troops will be coming around the right side. So I didn't want to just kind of get too much out in space, per se. But yeah, I just kind of had to hope that I've only got people coming from kind of the one direction. That's the thing, I don't know where those other two guys next to the turrets, if they were going to their left or right, trying to get to an entrance. So, I kind of figured at this point, especially now that I see a psionic unit on the board, someone that can do mind control, whatever else, I'm like, okay, I really need to get out of here without seeing that guy in person, if at all possible. So, I definitely felt that was the right course, the right thing to do. So in this case, I'm measuring to see, okay, how many turns is it going to take me to get everybody out? And also, this time, to get people as far away from the psionic unit and as close to the evac point as possible. And yeah, I'm definitely here looking, okay, so if we can run that far, can definitely make that distance. So yeah, because otherwise I definitely would have needed to set up and prepare for doing some shooting. Just trying to give my specialist carrying Mox time to get out. And then here's more reinforcements, and the thing is, you don't know how many of these waves are coming. In theory they could be infinite, but I think we all know that wouldn't be the case. But there again, you really have two guys that can shoot, because otherwise you've got to drop Mox, and you've got to then shoot, and then pick Mox back up. And that takes 3 turns. You can't do all that in 1 turn. In this case, they scattered. Fortunately, it does not look as though the psionic unit made it far enough around, and I'm getting out of here. So yeah, check and make sure I can make it, and yes, there we go. Evac to the max, please. So yeah, get him there and be gone. And then, of course, I thought the rover would pop up about the same time, and he just kind of hung out and said, that looks dangerous, I should leave. There he goes. So at this point, yeah, I could have just run out evac, no problem. I figured it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and take a shot, see if maybe I could get a kill, maybe, get a little XP. Doubted I would level anybody with, a killer or 2, but I figured it couldn't hurt. In this case, there again, because it's only a 2 to 3, just wasn't enough to to make the kill, but at least I got him some target practice and got out of there. Now I'll move him. Go ahead and take the shot. Terrible shot anyway, but why not? No reason not to at that point. And yeah, so that was my stealthy mission to rescue Mox. This is actually a really short episode because that's a pretty straightforward mission. Managed to do it flawless. Yeah, so there were 9 guys that would have come at me. So there was been 4 plus at least 5. So maybe that's what dropped. I'm not sure.